This is not to say, go after him and collect all the money he has, because the guy is still fighting for his life. He's going to have a lot of legal expenses. If you assume there are 31 days in a month like December, you are going to find out that he's going to make about 179 million naira just from the sales of this book. So somebody that was sitting on his own jeje, all of a sudden you blessed him with about 179 million naira for the month of December. That's a great way to end the year. So again, the enemies, they are trying to take this man down. I've in a way just promoted him. Dele Farotimi's book, Nigeria and its criminal justice system, has crashed the internet, especially in Nigeria, where the publisher Robin Heights book has complained that the website has crashed because of the popularity and high demand of this book. In this video, I'm going to be trying to answer the question, how much is Dele Farotimi making daily from the sales of this book? Now, keep in mind, the numbers I'm presenting to you is public information. Anybody can get this information. If you have access to the internet, you can do this research for yourself. These are numbers before taxes and numbers before any other arrangements he has with his publisher, Robin Heights. They are selling it retail for about 6,000 naira in Nigeria. However, if you go to Amazon, you can see that the book is selling for about $16.51, and that's the current price as of the time of this recording. And the results I'm presenting here are also explicitly to Amazon. The analysis that I've put together here are explicitly for the sales on Amazon. So first thing we want to do is to look at Amazon.com. And if you look on Amazon.com, it's number one currently in political commentary and opinion. That means it's the number one bestseller. So we want to find more information on the book. It's also number one in elections. It's also number two in general election and political correctness. The bestsellers ranking, Amazon bestseller ranking, is 302. That means of all the books that are published by Amazon, which are in the tens of thousands, this book is ranking number 302, which is a big deal. Now, there are some tools you can use to do further analysis, and one of them is called Jungle Scout. So Jungle Scout is a paid service which you can subscribe to a publisher. If you have someone who is an author, you can be able to see more details and more insights on this book. As you can see, the date first available here is around July 2nd of 2024. It's selling for $16.51 in the US. Now, the net revenue is $7.91, and Amazon takes a whopping $8.60. So Amazon is taking more than half, which is a lot, you might ask. But let's look at that number, $7.91. That's the net revenue, again, that Dele Farotimi will be getting per book sale. Now, if you look at the units sold, number of units sold, it shows you that it's 0. And that's because there's not enough data. There's no information available yet. And that's because, again, this book, there's not enough data. It was just released in July. There's another software that we use, which, again, is another paid membership, and that is called Helium 10. Now, Helium 10 gives us another insight at this book, and it shows us, okay, what is the sales ranking? The sales ranking is basically how this book is performing compared to all the books on Amazon. So again, of the tens of thousands and millions of books in Amazon, Nigerians have been able to push this book up. The sales ranking is updated every 3 hours. At one point, the sales ranking was 185. So again, in all the books published, this book was ranked 185, which is a huge accomplishment. Then again, it drops to 207, it drops to 205. At one point, it was 196. It went back to 200, 237. And as of the time of this recording, is at 302. So the Amazon bestseller ranking is just grading a book overall compared to all the other books sold on Amazon. So you can see the average is between 200, 196, as of yesterday, 205. So these numbers, again, they are changing every 3 hours in real time. They are constantly being updated. But what we are going to do is to pick a date just for analysis. You can see here is December 7th, 8 a.m. It was ranking 185. And as you go along, December 7, 11, 12 p.m. is ranking 302. The price is varying slightly. Demand and supply obviously in play here. But if you look at the number here, so it's about 185 to 200 roughly, just if you take a snapshot of that one day. Helium 10 is a paid premium subscription, which you can connect to your Amazon Central account, Amazon Publisher Central account. And that will allow you to be able to find more information and analytics on the performance of a book. So if we're going to say, well, the sales rank is, let's say 200, 300 or 180, we're going to just pick a number here for our own analysis. We'll take that sales rank. We're going to use a formula to calculate how many copies are being sold a day, as well as how many copies are sold in a month. Now, this is just looking at Amazon only, not looking at the other outlets or publishing houses that these books is being sold in. For example, rovingknights.ng. So after his arrest, the book has actually done very, very well. Earlier on, before his arrest, you see the sales rank. We can go 7 days here. We do 7 days. And we see how it's done in the last 7 days. You can see that drop there, the blue line, how it goes from, on December 4th, it was 12,000. That was just after his arrest, 12,052. Then it dropped to 6,000, and then dropped to 4,000, and then it dropped to 490, 186, 181, 178, 179, 207, and 302. Before his arrest, though, the book was not doing very well at all. Before his arrest, you can see it was 1.718, the sales rank, million. So it's then it dropped to 266,000. So the book was actually performing poorly until he got arrested. So again, for Africa and for Nigeria, Dele Farotimi is one of the first Amazon bestseller that we can see here. And that just tells you sometimes when adversity comes, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And this is a publishing website. A lot of publishing websites give you, based on the Amazon sales rank. So let's say 200 conservatively. And it tells you is it a book, ebook or a regular book. So we say here it's a regular book. We see that Dele Farotimi on Amazon, based on the bestseller ranking, or based on the sales rank of 200, will have 426 sales every day and 6,395 sales per month. So if you take that number, 426 sales, 426 per day, that's how many books. On the average, it's going to go up and down, obviously, every 3 hours. And if his net revenue is $7.91. Again, this is before he pays taxes. This is before he settles anybody. You take the $7.91, and that is the cost net sales revenue that he gets per book. And you take that, and then you want to times that by to that $7.91. But remember, we said there are 426 books sold in a day. So we take that, we do 426 times $7.91. What we are going to get is a whopping $3,369.66. That's how much he makes in a day using these snapshot numbers. So you're looking at about $3,370 per day from just this one book. If you do the math and you say current exchange rate right now is about 1,720 naira to $1, then you multiply both of them, you are going to see that he's making a total of 5,795 naira per day. 5,795 naira per day. This book has actually really plunged him into millionaire status. For somebody to making 5,795,000 naira per day. Again, that's before taxes, that's before any settlements, that's before his other arrangement, blah, 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 blah. Who knows what the back end deal is. That tells you guys that even though they've tried to stop him, they've actually made him better. And in a way, they've made him richer. BattaBox.